Hey yo, what is going on today, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, man, we're going to be doing this R35 tune, man. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button, man, and I shall catch you guys after the intro. Alright, so here we are with the Atlas GT, or as well known as the R35 GTR. You guys have seen this in the video that I done with the Pacific Hills. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed that video, man. But anyway, today we are running 430 horsepower with 517 newton meters of torque in this R35 or Atlas GT, man. This thing is definitely very nice to slide. I love the way how this thing turned out, man. The gear and setup is beautiful. And yeah, no, like I say, 430 horsepower, man. It's not our usual 280, 290, 300 build. It's a 430 horsepower build, man. So she is definitely pushing. But as you can see, man, if you did watch the Pacific Hills little gameplay I did, obviously the little drift about video, you guys would have seen, man, it's not fast. You know what I mean? It's not like a speed demon for 430 horsepower. It's nice. It feels smooth. Obviously, I think the gearing has a lot, it has a lot to do with that, and obviously the way that I build my setups, everything like that, man. It's a nice slow tandem tune. Alright guys, so as we are here in the suspension, man, you guys already know we have got this thing slammed, bro. 7 centimeters on the front and 4 centimeters on the back. Obviously your stiffness and your dampeners, and obviously the front anti-roll bars, exactly the same as it is for every single one of my videos, man. I leave it stock. But if you have a specific way of which you like the car to feel, with like the stiffness and or softness, whatever the hell you like to run, be sure to do that, man. It's completely up to you what you do with the dampeners and everything like that. It's completely up to you. If you want to run your car a little bit sloppier than normal or a little bit stiffer than normal, again, completely up to you. You go ahead and do what you feel is right. But anyway, moving on to the front toe here, we got 0.10 on the front toe. Rear toe, we have negative 0.08. On the front camber, we have negative 14.08 on the front, and on the rear, we have a negative 11.05. Moving on now to caster, because obviously the front anti-roll bars, you guys already know, you can run whatever the hell you like. But the caster, we've got a 6.5 caster with 100% Ackerman angle and 60 degrees of steering angle. Obviously, we have got that max steering angle. Moving on to wheels now, we've got 19 inches on the front and the back, 245 millimeters on the tire width, and obviously in the front tire pressure, we have 285 kPa as well as the rear. Now, obviously, the reason why we do the tire pressure so high is so the wheels are very slippy and not grippy. Obviously, for a slow tandem tune, you want it to be very slippy, so that way it goes a lot slower, obviously, meaning that the rear wheels are going to be spinning up a hell of a lot more, and obviously you haven't got a lot of grip on the front, preventing you from spinning out, yada, yada, yada. Same thing again with the adhesion, man, 100% on the front and 90% on the back. Same thing again, man, nice and slippy on the back means the wheels are going to be spinning up a hell of a lot more, and then the 100 in the front is just to stabilize it. Obviously, if you want to, you can run 90s. You can run 90s in the front if you want to, but I feel running 100 in the front just gives me that little bit more stability for when I drift. But that's completely up to you, man. If you guys want to run 90% in the front wheel adhesion, that's completely up to you. But moving on now to the front track width, obviously we are running the stock body kit on here today. We're not running the Rocket Bunny or anything like that, man. And no wide fenders or anything like that. So our front track width is at 15 and our rear base is also at 15, man. Nice and good sort of looking fitment right here. Looks very nice. I do like the way this car turned out. It looks very clean, even with some of the decals on here. Looking good, looking good. Obviously, front tire profile here, we've got 35% on the front and 35% on the rear. Moving on to the engine now. Yeah, moving on to the engine now. We have 430 horsepower, like I said, with 517 newton meters of torque, with the engine tune-up being at 0%, max torque at 4,425, rev limiter at 8,000 RPM, no turbocharger, which means the turbocharger air pressure is non-existent, man, because obviously we are not running no turbo. Now, moving on to the transmission, man, this is where all the magic happens. My favorite part of the build, let's be honest, like, I love doing gears. Diff locking ratio, we're at 1.00, 100% on the diff. Be sure to lock that diff, man. Get those rear wheels spinning up even more. Obviously, that's going to help it get even slower. Final drive, we're at 3.00 final drive. First gear is at 3.82. Second gear is at 1.90. Third gear is at 1.75. Fourth gear is at 1.80. Fifth gear is 1.75. And sixth gear is at 1.35. Now, as you can see, man, third gear and fifth gear are exactly the damn same. So obviously that means that fourth, fifth and sixth I haven't touched at all. So obviously second gear is your main golden gear for this car, and third gear is your backup gear. So whether you need the third gear or not, that's completely up to you, man. If you want to use it, then it's cool, but obviously you might find it bogging down in certain little bits of the track, blah yada blah. But yeah, no, gear 2 should be golden for this car. Obviously with the extra bit of horsepower, 430 horsepower, you will probably find the second gear will be perfect for pretty much every track, man. Every track should be pretty golden in this car, unless of course you're going for that really long big entry, and you probably need a bit of gear 3, followed up by obviously a bit of gear 2 for that max angle row. But anyway, that is pretty much it for that. Obviously, like I said, second gear is the damn golden gear. Now, moving on to brakes here, we got 2,960 newton meters of torque for the brake torque. Brake bias is at 60% and ABS is on. Now, obviously, you guys already know if you want to turn your brake torque down a little bit, if you have a heavy trigger finger, everything like that, man, be sure to turn it down so that way you can stick in the tandem train and not brake check anyone who's behind you, or get a little bit too far behind the person who you are following. Obviously you want to be able to stick just behind them. For me personally, I only push down the trigger a tiny bit when I tandem, so obviously if I need a little bit of brake, I've got it there, but also I don't fall back like loads behind the person in front of me that I'm following. So that is a major thing here. If you do want to start tandeming it and everything like that, be sure to check out your brake torque and just figure out where of course you want to have your brake torque. If you're finding that you're lacking behind somebody when you hit the brake and you brake check someone behind you, then obviously lower it down a little bit. But if you feel like your brakes aren't working at all and you really do need a little bit more brake, then obviously bump it up. But anything that works for you, man, be sure to do that. And that is pretty much it. That's going to be wrapping up here for the R35 on the tuning aspect of it. Let's go ahead and start drifting. Alright, so here we are at the track, man. We're on Springstone at the moment. I don't know if you guys have seen this track here on YouTube. I know some of the guys definitely have ran it before on Twitch, over on Twitch, man. So be sure to go follow the Twitch if you haven't already, man. We always do some sort of drifting on there on the Twitch, whether it be on Forza or obviously on CarX, man. So yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and hit up this track, man. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this, and I shall catch you guys after the run. Alright, so I hope you guys all enjoyed that run right there, man. Absolute fire. Love this car, man. 430 horsepower. Once again, man, nice. It's definitely a nice smooth car, bro. If I could get this thing lower, I definitely would, but you know, 430, I'm just glad that we've got like 400 out of this car, because I know in real life, or on Forza at least, it comes stock with about 525 horsepower. So for this game, man, 430 is perfect for this car, man. But anyway, hope you guys all enjoyed today's video, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button and a subscribe button, man, and I shall hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Peace.